Welcome back to Morning Footy, continuing our Euro 2024 conversation. We're turning our attention to Italy, who have 2 remaining matches. Here they are. They will face their bogey team, North Macedonia, on Friday. And then on November 20th, they will take on Ukraine, 2:45 p.m. Eastern on FS2. Okay, so here's a look at the current Group C table. England, as we spoke on, they are sitting on top, followed by Ukraine. And Italy is in third right now with 10 points. So these 2 matches coming up are huge to say the least. Now, this is the reigning European champions.
They got 2 finals.
They did not qualify for the World Cup.
Yep.
Jaleel, how catastrophic would it be for them?
2 in a row.
To not.
2 World Cups in a row.
I wasn't gonna just
Yeah.
stick it in there, but we'll leave it to Alexis. But I mean, these matches are everything for them. What state are they in if they do not qualify for the competition that they won?
Drama upon drama if they do not get in. And they're must-wins. I feel like the Euros have already started for them because they have to perform. They have to get this done. And it's not going to be easy because this Ukraine side is playing at a very high level. They're extremely competitive. So if Italy is not at their best, they're going to see a situation where, my goodness, I don't even know. I can't even imagine what type of drama is going to ensue in Italy. But I do think that they find a way to get it done, especially with Spalletti. They figure it out.
It begins with this match. I mean, at some point, we've had this conversation multiple times. At some point, we have to label this a catastrophe. You miss out on 2 World Cups in a row. Yes, you won the Euro.
It is a catastrophe.
It is.
But it feels like people have stalled on suggesting that. I know people resigned after the first World Cup not qualifying. But at some point, we have to say this has to either completely end, and you have to figure out either you go back to a Catenaccio style, completely locked down, you defend your way into some of these competitions, or you have to completely shake things up, because this is, at some point, this has to be wildly embarrassing, and it begins with North Macedonia, the team that knocks you out. You can't beat them in this qualifying. Now you have a match against North Macedonia where if you win, you have a better chance of getting in. You have to make a statement.
Yeah.
You have to beat North Macedonia in such a convincing way that some of this chatter ends.
Well, I don't think so necessarily, not yet. I think that convincing comes at the Euros where most
Hold on,
matters.
if they lose to North Macedonia,
okay, yeah, but
not beating them 3 times in a row.
But I understand, but if they win 1-0, escape by a minimal margin, which it happened, by the way, they struggled in the reverse fixture. Was it against Malta? They also struggled. Get to the Euros. You have Luciano Spalletti, who has just started out, who had this Napoli team playing very convincing, attractive football. Give him some time. His real big test will be this summer at the Euros. Mind you, Ukraine has a game in hand. They just have 1 more game left, and that's against Italy. That is their final. That's going to be all out. So Italy has 2 finals. Beat North Macedonia. Doesn't matter in which way you do it. Hopefully for them, and hopefully for the confidence going into that last game, it's in a convincing, attractive way. By how we've seen Italy playing in the last couple of matches, in the last couple of windows, it hasn't been convincing. But get to the Euros. That is, and then that's where you got to convince me.
You just have to win.
That's where you got to convince me. Convince me and wow me at the biggest tournament.
They
where
won
most
it already,
eyes
and
are.
it hasn't convinced us. So I want to agree with you, but what else? They need to do way more. They need to get
qualifying, though, you just have to get there. To Nico's point, I agree 100%. You just have to get there. You don't have to win the fans over. In qualifying, you got to win them over at the Euros.
At the Euros.
I think
and
you
at the World
got to
Cup.
make a statement in this game, though. You can't squeak by.
They need
North
4
Macedonia.
points. They need 4 points from these 2 games. Do they make it?
No.
I say, I said it, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Wow, speaking of convincing.
I'm going to say yes.
That
Yes,
game
they
against
make
Ukraine.
it. Oh, my God.
Wow.